Hey guys, welcome to my Essential System Bootcamp. I am so excited that you guys have joined. I think this is going to be a great boot camp. Just with everyone so engaged already and excited, and I'm super stoked for you. So, just to introduce myself, my name is Jerri-Anne Joyner. I am the creator, along with Jen and Anson Ashby. We created my Essential System, and I'm going to go into why in just a little bit. But hey, April. But I wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be kicking off boot camp pretty heavy. There's going to be a lot of work for this. So this is the thing. My Essential System is amazing. It is revolutionizing my business, like not even joking. But you have to work. So if you're going to be in boot camp, the one thing I want you to promise is that you're going to work and you're going to do the work. Because if you do the work and the action steps that we are giving you guys, you will grow. I know this because I did this boot camp back in July and I've totally grown. Hey, Danielle. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So again, my name is Jerri-Anne Joyner. I signed up with Young Living 5 years ago this month. It's my old anniversary. And I started doing the business in February. So it took me a couple months to do the business. I hit executive my first month and silver in 6. And I hit gold shortly thereafter. And I've like chilled at gold for 3 years. So again, and I say this every time I talk because gold is a great place to be stuck, but I'm doing really, really hard work and I'm working really, really hard and I am leading a platinum team. I fully believe this. My team is a platinum team. So I am ready to rank up. Currently, I am 3,100 away from platinum. So I am pushing like crazy this month to hit platinum. But back in March, when my Essential System first launched, my fourth leg was stuck at 300 to 500 OGV every single month for 3 years. Okay. So I've been able to grow that through my Essential System, solely using that as my number one business tool to almost hitting platinum. So it's working and I'm super excited about it. So my Essential System was created because I was so tired of hearing my own voice. So, when you get like your prospects, and if you've been doing this for a shorter amount of time, you haven't hit this wall yet. But when you get your prospects and you're giving them the talk, like what are essential oils? What is Young Living? Why is it better than other oils? What can the oils do for you? And you're talking, and it's a good like 15-20 minute talk. And by the time you're ready to like sign them up, they're out of time. This happened all the time to me because you want to give them all the information, but you also don't want to lose them. So I wanted to have a system that automated the stuff that isn't an authentic connection, because really building your business is one-on-one on authentic relationships. So I wanted to have a system that automated the explanations and the kits and unpacking and all the things that I was wasting time doing instead of authentically connecting with my people to know exactly why they're buying oils and how I can help them. So that's where this was formulated. The other thing that I was sick and tired of was, I always say this, that I was dying a death of 1,000 paper cuts. Like I was subscribed to so many different monthly subscriptions that literally my check was going out the window, whether it be theme classes or texting or any number of things. It just constantly was gone. So I was so tired of the $14.99 subscriptions, and I just wanted everything in one place because I was so disorganized and I had so many things, so many subscriptions that I never used them. And I think a lot of us do that. Like I literally signed up for a year subscription for something and I couldn't even remember the name of it to go back and actually use it. That's a true story. So that's why we developed my Essential System. Jen and Anson are phenomenal leaders in the multi-level marketing industry. They definitely bring a different flavor into my Essential System because I'm more of a be a product of the product and love your oils and then just share them and people buy them and don't sell anything. And they're definitely more of a, this is a business, you should take it and work it like a business. So you just have to take those two and balance them and make them what's comfortable, but they're going to push you outside your comfort zone but not in a way that will compromise like who you are. But if you listen to them and organize your business, it's going to grow. So what to expect. So every day at 10 a.m., I'm going to post a video here in the group. I'm also going to have in the files links to everything, to all the videos and the action steps, just for quick referral, just because I want this group to be somewhere where we also chat. So like, let's say you're pushing for silver. There's several of you that are pushing for silver this month. Let's cheer you on, like talk about it, talk about where you are, ask for suggestions. We're a community that is building their businesses, and we can learn so much from each other. I say it 1,000 times. My favorite relationships are cross-line friendships. I literally could not have grown my business the way I did without people's input and without their friendship and encouragement. I could not have done it. So I want this to be a community where we get to know each other and build cross-line friendships that last, and that we build each other up. I really want that to happen here. So we're going to have a video Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. And then we'll have action steps. So you have 24 hours to complete those action steps. Some action steps are going to be like throughout the month, but you have to at least get started on them. And then you're going to check in with your accountability partner every day. It can be a Facebook message. It can be a text. It can be whatever you want it to be. You guys can Zoom. If you guys are both, we try and put people together that are the same or close to the same rank, that are shooting for something else. That's why we ask all those questions. So hopefully your partner is a great fit for you. Get together and Zoom with them and collaborate and figure out what you can do to grow and to hit the next rank. So then you have 24 hours to get back to your accountability partner. I'm doing boot camp alongside of you. I did it the last time, and it grew my business. And so why wouldn't I do it again? There's things that I can perfect on all the time. So you're going to be seeing videos from myself, Jen, and Anson. Then we're going to have some of my favorite people sprinkled in as well. So just be prepared. These are things that are going to challenge you in your business and teach you how to use my essential system to grow your business. Okay. Now these videos, for the most part, except for today, there might be a couple more I do live, are pre-recorded. So 2 things to note about that. Number 1, my essential system has grown so much since July. We've added so many features. So if the video leaves out some of the features, I'll just put them in the comments so you know that you're working with these things. Okay. And number 2, they're not going to be live. So you can ask your questions in the chat and we can have dialogue and conversation, but they're not going to be live. So if you're expecting someone to comment while the video is playing, it's not going to happen. So I'm super excited about this. It's going to be a challenge. I know it's holiday season, but this is the big season for Young Living. So we want to take advantage and we want to push really, really hard. So just dig in, guys. It's going to be totally worth it, I promise. All right. So I want to talk to you about finding your tribe, getting to know one another, and goals for the month. So we're going to be having posts about, we did that, let's introduce ourselves, but I also want you guys to find your tribe. I want you, if there's someone in here that could be your possible future best friend, we want you to find that person, and we want to encourage one another in goals. I am all about audacious goals. Sometimes I do crazy goals. Like recently I wanted to sell 10 kits in a month. Well, I'm 5 years into this business, so that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. I sold 9, did not hit 10, but just crazy audacious goals. Let's dream together, and then let's work our butts hard so that happens. There's 6 weeks left in this year. Plenty of time to make goals happen. Okay, so now we're going to talk about day 1. Day 1, I am literally taking from Downline Whispering. It is a book that one of my best friends wrote. If you do not have it, you need to get it until Friday, tomorrow. It's buy one, get one free. So it's like an early Black Friday special. You can search Downline Whispering on Facebook. She has a fantastic free group that you can belong to. And I'm just I've read this book 2.5 times. I'm almost done with my 3rd time because I learn something new every time I read it. It is an amazing way to really look at your downline and be able to look at each individual person as a person, not just as a number. And it's a way to really methodically and systematically love on your downline while also building a business with your downline. It's kind of genius, and I love it, not just because I love Beth Wicker, but because it just really takes you into a mind frame of being able to sort through your downline and grow individually. Okay, so we're going to talk about things you should be doing daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay, so the first thing that you should be doing, and I want to talk to you guys about this because this is something that's super important. And I started doing this about a year ago, and it has been everything. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to go online to your virtual office and run a report with all your personally enrolled. So you're just going to go to your downline viewer, and then you can click on reports and then create a filter that is personally enrolled. I want you to print that out, and then I want you to have that by you at all times. The other thing you can do if you want to go a step further is you can get on live chat, or if you're silver and above, on the leadership line and ask for your inactive list. If you're silver and above, it's free. If you're not, it's $5, but it's totally worth it. They'll email you your inactives list, and then you have your personally enrolled and your inactives. Those are your people. Okay, you should be taking care of every single one of those people. So that's the first thing that I want you to do. Now, the second thing I want you to do is a little bit more time consuming. I want you to go back onto your downline viewer, and I want you to take a pen and paper, and I want you to go layer by layer by layer and find out who your people are that aren't working the business that have a downline. Okay, so if you several of my level ones are no longer working the business; they're just placing a 100 PV order, and their people are not being taken care of. So what I do is I write their name and their member number. Okay, and I'm going to go through all of my downline. Now, here's the deal. If you have someone on your level 1 that has stacked people underneath someone who is taking care of them, reach out to that person. You personally do not have to be responsible for all your orphans. I call them orphans. You don't have to be responsible for all of them, but every single person in your downline should be being taken care of by a person. So let's say your level 1 is no longer working the business. Your level 2 is fantastic and is totally working the business, and your level 1 has 5 people underneath her. You're going to reach out to your level 2 and say, hey, these 5 people don't have anyone taken care of. Will you take responsibility for them, or do you want me to have them? So what I do is I write down everyone that's not working the business anymore that has sponsored people, and I run a report for them. So I go to my virtual office, I go to downline viewer, reports, and then I put personally enrolled by, and then their member number. And those are my next list. So those are now your orphans. And unless you adopt them out to another person in your downline, you should be responsible for them as well. Is this making sense to you guys? So those are the 2 reports I want you to run. These are gold. These are people that these are hot people who have already bought their kit, that are just waiting to learn about oils and the little magic bottles of awesomeness that they have. And if you're not going to teach them, then they're not going to learn, and they're going to end up dropping off and being inactive. So you need to take them on as your own. Okay. So that's a daily report. I literally, wherever you work, I want you to keep that with you. And if you have a huge personally enrolled in orphans, you're going to need to tackle a certain amount every week, every day, however you want to break it up. But you need to be reaching out to these people once a month, whether that be with a text with a diffuser recipe, or shooting them a link for the Detox Your Home to let them know how important it is to detox your home. Or if, let's say, they're your orphans, the first thing I do when I have an orphan is I reach out to them and I say, hey, my name is Jerri-Anne. I know that we haven't met, but I am in your upline for Young Living, and I really want to take care of you. I really want you to know what value you have and what you've invested in. And so I'm here for you. You can consider me your personal oil concierge. You're free to steal that. I use it all the time. People think it's hysterical. And then I send them the unpacking the box. I don't know if Michelle, if she's now not working the business, was able to get with you to explain what you have. Watch this video. You'll find that in MES. And if you don't know where to find that, we're going to talk about that soon. Please check this out and see what you have. Okay. So I need you to do that with all of your personally enrolled and your orphans. You need to be reaching out to them once a month. The other fantastic thing that we have, and we're going to go way more into this, is our customer care in MES. You have literally a postcard and a sample idea every single month that you can send your personally enrolled and your orphans. Or let's say that you're pushing for a new rank. So for example, this month, I send my entire fourth leg these samples because it's less than $1 and it will get them interested in oh yeah, I forgot about oils. Let me place an order. So you know what I mean? You always want to be reaching out to them. Okay. Now, your daily. This is something that another thing you can do. Young Living now has a prospect list. So you go to My Organization and Prospects. That's another thing that you need to be putting in your to-do list. I only had one. These are people that start the sign up process and never finish. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to them and say, hey, Sam, I saw that you started to buy your kit of essential oils. Best decision I've ever made. Sign up process can be a little bit confusing. So I'm going to send you the link, which is going to be your startup link, your start link. This will explain it way better. And if you have any questions, let me know. It's as simple as that. Okay. So you're going to send that to them and hopefully follow up with them when they buy their kit. So they're no longer prospects. They are moved into your downline. The other report I want you to run is your retail sales. This drives me insane. I literally do not understand why people are retail customers. It makes no sense to me. So I want to reach out to them and find out why they didn't buy the kit and if they understand what they bought and if they understand that they could buy a kit and get wholesale pricing plus way more oils and way more value. So you want to run your retail customer report as well to find out why they are not wholesale customers. Okay. Another report you're going to want to run. So these are going to take you like the whole month. So you're going to write these down. We're going to have the action steps. You're going to be able to do this. I'm going to send some scripts and a cute little postcard that I send. I'm going to upload this all into Bootcamp. So don't think you have to like furiously scribble this all down. But these are the reports that you want to be running every single month. Okay. Missing auto ship. So this is a weekly report that you want to run. And if they've missed their auto ship, you want to reach out to them. You want to say, hey, I see that you your ER didn't process. Do you need some help? And then explain to them what happens if their ER doesn't process. Let's say they've been on ER for 6 months. If they don't process their ER that month, they're back down to 10%. That's tragedy. We don't want that to happen. So you need to be reaching out to your personally enrolled and your orphans for their missing auto ship. You also need to run a report for people who are ordering that aren't on ER. And then what I do is I do this every 3 months. I run this report and then I look back and see if they have ordered every month. So let's say they did a 20 PV one month and 120 the next month. And then I reach out to them, send them the essential rewards link and be like, hey, I see that you're ordering and I love that you love your oils, but did you know that you could be getting free oils just by breaking your orders up to a little bit more of a 50 PV block instead of what you're doing. A lot of people don't know about ER or think it's for people that are like crazy insane about their oils. A lot of people don't know that they could do it with just 50 PV. Okay, I hope this is making sense to all of you guys. Okay, then let's talk about oily tools for a second. I fully believe that if you are a senior star or above, you should have oily tools. If you can float the $6.99 a month as a star, I fully encourage you to do it. There's nothing more motivating to me than seeing what I'm making estimated. It is an encouragement to me and it is a challenge to me every time I log into oily tools, but there's so many other things that you can use oily tools for. So my favorite one is a money misser. So you can run a report to see people who would be making a paycheck from Young Living if they had 50 to 100 PV. And they don't, so they're missing out on the money. This is great. So I do this and I reach out to them and I say, hey, just so you know, if you place a 50 PV order, Young Living is going to send you a credit on your account or a paycheck. You're actually throwing away money by not ordering this month. And most of the time they're like, wait, what? What are you talking about? They don't realize that people underneath them, maybe they casually sold a kit, really aren't doing the business. Maybe they didn't know that they had to place that order to get that paycheck. That is always a great way to make sure that people are aware that once they start getting a paycheck, they can continue with essential rewards and get that paycheck, as long as there's people under them. My other favorite one is missing monthly promo. I do this once a week. And what I do is I run a report for people who are 50 PV to 99 PV in their cart. So in their essential reward cart. And I reach out to them and say, hey, if you if you go buy another citrus vitality oil, you'll get the free oil, whatever the 100 PV is for that month. A lot of people don't realize that. I have people all the time that are like 2 or 3 PV short of a free oil. That makes no sense. Buy a lip balm, get a free oil. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I also do that for people who are 101 to 189. So right before getting the 190 PV. And I run that report. Sometimes I send suggestions. Like my big suggestion right now is digest for Thanksgiving and Christmas spirit. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? Do you want your stomach to feel better after you've overindulged? And do you want to smell like Christmas during Christmas season? Yes, you do. So I always give examples. If it's right when back to school starts, I talk about the hand purifier. Guys, we know this business. We know what people need. So we're able to give people ideas, and you're serving them. Okay, so you're helping them. So don't think you're just like a used car salesman trying to get a beater at the door. Guys, we're changing people's lives with these oils. Okay, so once you have those reports, you're going to want to strategically contact these people once a month. Again, a diffuser recipe is a great way to connect with someone. Hey, can't believe that November is halfway over. Are you ready for Christmas? Here's my favorite Christmas diffuser recipe. Or are you going to be stressed out? This is a good one. Are you going to be stressed out because you have all your family in for Thanksgiving? Let me give you a calming blend, roll-on blend that you can use to get your shoulders out of your ears. So those are things that you can do that connect you to that person so that they feel like you're caring for them. This is super important. It's not hard to do. Our customer care section is amazing. I suggest that you send that out as well as contact them every single month. I get great responses from it, and my personally enrolled percentage is going up for ER and for sales. So I fully suggest that doing this is a great way to get people excited about their oils. Okay, so what should you be doing monthly? Monthly, you should be doing Zooms with your people. It doesn't have to be your whole group. I did my whole group for several years, and now I'm running with the runners because I do have 6 children and I run several businesses. So my time is very short and very precious. So I want to invest in people that want to be invested in. It's just a season that I'm doing this for. But if some of my downline come to me and have this great goal, we're going to talk about it and we're going to Zoom about it. You can also do mentorships. These are so great. You have one person in your group who is a superstar but needs a little bit of direction. Be super intentional about reaching out to them. Okay. So every month you need to go to the last month. This is also in your virtual office, and run a report of your 0 PV, your personally enrolled and your orphans. And this is what I do. So about every 6 months, I send them a postcard, and I'm going to upload the graphic, and it's just a cute little baby crying, and it said, I see that you haven't ordered in a while. And on the back, it just apologizes to them like, hey, I see that you haven't ordered in a while. That can't be right, because if you knew what you had, then you would want more. So I haven't done my job. So please let me help you use what you already have. I'm not trying to sell you anything more. I just want you to be using what you've already invested in. And then I'll either send them a detox your home link or one of the Ningxia, y'all. Are you not in love with the Ningxia funnel? It is literally the best funnel we have by far. So the Ningxia funnel is great because superfruit juices are totally common. People buy them all the time. Start using it for ER. 100 PV of ER was never intended to add to people's budget. It's called transfer buying. You want them to take what they're already buying and then buy stuff through Young Living. Okay. Sorry, my text is going off like crazy. It's never meant to have, it's not, hey, do you have an extra $125 a month? It's, hey, take the stuff that you're buying at Target, take the stuff that you're buying from the GNC, whatever, and replace it with Young Living, because then you get your 25% back eventually. Okay. All right. The last thing, this is so much. The last thing I want you to do is I want you to set an alarm in your phone, and I want you to set it for whatever time of day that you're least busy. If it's 9 o'clock at night after the kids are in bed, or if it's 7 o'clock in the morning when your kids are still in bed, whatever the case may be, set an alarm, and it's going to say write down OGV. You can use any kind of planner you want to do this. Downline Whispering has one. I use the Diamond Workbook, and I write down my OGV every single day. This is really important because you can see from month to month where you're growing, but you can also do really cool things like write down when you hit that rank. So like when I hit for the month, when I hit executive, I write down executive, and you can keep track and see if it's speeding up or if it's slowing down or what it is. So these are great tools for you to have. So set an alarm on your phone and write down your OGV every single day, so you can track it. Okay, so that was a lot, and I know it was a lot. I'm going to hop off here and put the action steps in. If you guys have any questions, please reach out. Just comment on it. I will answer it. I'll be monitoring this all the time. But also, there are tons of golds and silvers and executives that are super, super, super well trained. So if you see questions being asked that you can answer, y'all jump in. Like, this is our group. So it's a lot of action steps for the first day. But once you get organized and once you do this, it becomes like second nature. It literally is just something I do now. So I hope you guys have a great day. Stay dry if you're in North Carolina, because it's so yucky, rainy. And I will post the action steps right after this. We'll talk to you guys soon.